welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight, the Toyota dealers of Western Pennsylvania present Fan Appreciation Night as our 5-division racing action in the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series will be followed by a giant fireworks display this evening. We wish to welcome all of our guests from Whelen, the official sponsor of the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series. And as we begin our program this evening, we ask that each and every one of you please rise up from your seats at this time, and gentlemen, remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, please pause with us for our opening ceremonies. As here this evening, joining us on the front straight for tonight's invocation, we have Pastor Don Bowser from the Star Junction Baptist Church, and here to perform our national anthem, Melissa Grimm. At this time, we turn the microphone over to Pastor Bowser.
Let us pray. Precious Father, we thank you so much for this special time that we can acknowledge your presence in our lives. And Father, we thank you so much for beautiful weather today. And everything for your love, for our soldiers, for the love especially of Jesus. We pray, Father, that you would, throughout the evening, give safety to the drivers, the fans, that you would be with us as we go to our homes later. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
And now please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you to Melissa Grimm and Pastor Bowser. And now, race fans, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? 77 is Rich Burbage from Monroeville, as 8 laps will be the distance of the first Subway Street Stock Heat Race, and the green flag is out. Joe Nicola in car 69 jumps out to an early lead. He's a multiple heat race winner this season. Side by side in the battle for second, Tony Manganello in the 50 and Teddy Gabala in 3. Both of those drivers seeking their first career Motordrome feature win. Don Blank in 45, feeling the pressure of Sean Phillips in 31. Phillips, the winner last time out, solid championship contender this season, but out in front by a large margin now. Joe Nicola, second in the championship point standings coming into tonight's racing action. Nicola has a feature win in 2008 and is nearly undefeated in heat race competition. Fantastic. 3-car battle for third position now. Don Blank in car 45, the veteran, and Tony Manganello in the 50 car, along with Sean Phillips in 31, here on lap 3 of 8, having a fierce battle for third position as Phillips drifts up. Multiple car contact, and that allows Don Blank to open up a huge margin all by himself in third position now. Phillips back to 4th. Manganello is back to 5th, as up front it's all Joe Nicola, the Ford Thunderbird, number 69. Veteran driver from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, who was one of the dominant feature winners of 2007. Teddy Gabala in second in car number 3, the rookie last season at Jennerstown, who did find victory lane in his first season of street stock racing. He is second and actually closing in just a bit on veteran Nicola up front. Then it's Don Blank, Sean Phillips, and Tony Manganello in the top 5. Close call there out of turn 4 as Aaron Minjock in 34 came together with the 19 of Scott Bowman. Bowman, who took the checkered flag at Jennerstown Speedway last Saturday only to be disqualified, making his first Motordrome start in car 19 this evening. As the signal of 2 laps to go is given to leader Joe Nicola in car 69, and the best battle on the racetrack is all the way back in 6th as Minjock in 34 and Bowman in 19 continue to slug it out for 6th position. Battle redevelops for 3rd position now. Sean Phillips in car 31 nearly makes contact with the left rear fender of Don Blank in 45. Phillips the winner a week ago, but tonight it's Joe Nicola taking the checkered flag over Teddy Gabala as Don Blank spins out of turn 4, allowing Sean Phillips to grab 3rd spot, and then heavy contact from the 19 of Scott Bowman. Chaos at the finish of this event. Tough break for veteran Don Blank in car 45 as he got turned around out of turn 4 battling with Sean Phillips, and Scott Bowman in the 19 car makes contact. The 05 is Adam Kostelnik, 64 Bill Henry, 74 Jason Holder, 18 Jeff Zellweger, 41 Al Minjock as the green flag waves. Another 8-lap preliminary contest helping to decide the starting lineup for tonight's 20-lap feature, and it's Tom Knight Sr., the veteran from Plum, Pennsylvania, out to an early lead over 3-time feature winner Jonathan Heilman in 2nd in car 15. Opening night winner Jason Holder in car 74 moves to the inside of Bill Henry in 64. Henry from Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, 2-time feature winner this season. Holder is now up to 4th. Kostelnik is 3rd, Heilman 2nd. And Tom Knight in car 76 leading his first laps of 2008. Working lap number 2 of 8. Keep in mind, race fans, that Motordrome Speedway track points are awarded to the drivers for heat race performance. It's Knight leading Heilman, then Kostelnik and Holder. Bill Henry holding the 5th position down. Challenge for the lead. Heilman in 15 looks to the inside of Knight. And side by side for 3rd, Jason Holder in 74. And Kostelnik to the outside. They are door-to-door down the back straight as Heilman's bid for taking the lead from Knight fails out of turn 2 and costs him several car lengths. Door-to-door for 3rd as Knight and Heilman are pulling away from the rest of the field. At the midway point of the event, officially at the scoring line, the 74 of Jason Holder held on to 3rd position by inches over Kostelnik. Andrew Kostelnik holding down the outside lane. Bill Henry in 64 closes in on that battle. And up front with 3 laps to go, the 15 of Jonathan Heilman makes a bid for the lead in turn 1. But Tom Knight is so strong out of turn 2, he opens up his advantage by 5 or 6 car lengths each lap down the back straight. Two laps to go for Tom Knight in car 76, a veteran campaigner of dirt track and asphalt racing. Jonathan Heilman 2nd. The Holder and Kostelnik battle rages on for 3rd position. They're separated by less than a car length. White flag signals final lap. Heilman tried the very inside lane, and it looks like Knight may be about to take his first checkered flag of the season, but 3 cars are going to wage a war to the finish for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Out of turn number 4 for the first time this season, Tom Knight in car 76 takes the checkered flag over Jonathan Heilman. Jason Holder holds on to 3rd over Andrew Kostelnik, and Bill Henry completing the top 5. Opolinski and Tom Frank in row number 1. And no start that time. False start. We'll try it one more time. caution flag will wave, and we'll stack them up 2 by 2 for another attempt at getting the green flag in this 8-lap qualifier for the modifieds. Green flag is out, 8 laps for the open wheel modifieds. And Tom Frank storms into an early lead, but Gary Scott spins from 3rd position, collecting the 04 of Bobby Shipp, the 81 of Pete Reck, and the 2 of Mike Musiak. Another caution flag as we attempt to get this one started. Gary Scott nearly drove onto the grass. As he and Mike Opolinski made contact early, Scott drives away from the incident, but the repercussions collect the 04 of Bobby Shipp, and that could be disastrous because Shipp is 3rd in the current championship point standings. He's locked up with Pete Reck in the 81. Green flag is out. Opolinski and Frank lead the field toward turn number 1. An early race move by second row starter Adam Kostelnik in the 60. Of the top 3 cars, Frank and Kostelnik have both won heat races and feature races thus far in 2008. Look at Mike Opolinski, wheel to wheel with the 4-time champion out of turn 4. And contact sends Opolinski back to 3rd, where he's trading paint with the 04 of Shipp, but look up front. Similarly orange painted cars. Tom Frank and Adam Kostelnik swap the lead in turns 3 and 4, and the new leader is also the points leader, Adam Kostelnik in car 60, storming to the front from a 3rd position start, moving Tom Frank from a brief lead back to 2nd, and Bobby Shipp, in spite of that incident before we had a lap completed, has the damaged 04 car into 3rd spot. Look at Bobby Shipp in the 04 closing in on Tom Frank to battle for 2nd. Crossed flags indicate halfway through this event. And despite heavy right side body damage, Bobby Shipp's 04 car has passed nearly every machine on the speedway and closes into the 6 of Tom Frank to fight for 2nd. Gary Scott in car 16 heads to the pits. He has 1 feature victory this season and a couple of heat race wins. Perhaps sustained some damage in that incident in turn 1. Leader Adam Kostelnik last season, the Subway Street Stock champion and the Modified champion, doing double duty throughout 07. This season concentrating his efforts on a 5th consecutive Modified title with the Viglione Racing Team. And with 2 laps to go, he is out in front of Tom Frank, who's now feeling all the pressure of Bobby Shipp in the 04. Shipp, the former Charger Division champion, climbing the NASCAR ladder to modified action and taking the white flag in 3rd spot behind Tom Frank. And Adam Kostelnik opening up a big lead now with that battle for 2nd behind him. The Luzader Auto Service, TCI Transmission sponsored bowling machine number 60 of Adam Kostelnik taking another checkered flag, finishing 2nd. It will be Tom Frank, 3rd Bobby Shipp, 4th Mike Opolinski, and 5th Brian Shipp. Is rookie Bill Rebar. 58 is Lonnie Hoffman from Smithton. John Probanich in the 11 makes his first start of the season, as does the 8 of Marion Reno. And we got a problem in turn 1. The 01 of Harry Ofer spinning into the outside retaining wall, and we'll have another complete restart. Rookie Bill Rebar in 18, 97 George Nicola, 11 John Probanich, as the green flag waves for a 2nd attempt at this 8-lap modified preliminary heat race. Out to the early lead, it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania's George Nicola in the 5 car. His nephew George Nicola in car 97 makes a pass of Rick Huffman for 3rd spot. Side by side now for 2nd. Chris Brink in the 0, the Glenn Campbell Gambler. And to his inside, Pittsburgh's George Nicola, who is making the pass for 2nd and closing in on his uncle, the race leader. Jim Nicola in 5. Leader, George Nicola in 97 is 2nd. Then it's Chris Brink, Rick Huffman, and from the back of the field, Lonnie Hoffman in the 58. as the Nicolai have themselves positioned at the front. Yes, Nicolai is the plural of Nicolas. It's Jim leading George with Chris Brink in third and Huffman in fourth. Challenge for the lead down the front straight, racing wheel to wheel, family members and longtime veterans, and they make contact. Jim Nicola spins from the lead. Drivers making a great job of avoiding further contact. And George Nicola in car 97 uses the aggressive approach to take the lead from his uncle. Green flag back out. Chris Brink, the new leader. Rick Huffman now second. Lonnie Hoffman in third for the restart. With 5 laps remaining in this event, Chris Brink in car 0 seeking his career first Motordrome Speedway feature victory. It's the driver from Glen Campbell, Pennsylvania. In car 0, a former limited late model standout at Jennerstown Speedway, leading the 9 of Rick Huffman at the midpoint of this event. Crossed flags from chief starter Denny Carson signal halfway home to the drivers. 4 laps down and 4 to go. Brink, who has not taken a checkered flag this season in heat race competition, leading Huffman. Then it's Lonnie Hoffman in 58 and John Probanich, his maiden voyage of 2008 in car number 11. Challenge develops for third. Lonnie Hoffman in 58 trying to hold off Probanich in the 11. Probanich in recent seasons has driven the second car from the Viglione racing team, but has this brand new number 11 out of his own garage ready for tonight as the white flag waves. A couple of drivers up front in this event looking for first career feature wins. And for the first time in 2008, if he can hang on through turns 3 and 4, the Glen Campbell Gambler, a sophomore modified driver. In car number 0, Chris Brink will take the checkered flag over Rick Huffman, Lonnie Hoffman, John Probanich, and Jim Nicola. Inside, Gary Wiltrout outside. Row 2, John Komarinsky and Neil Brown, Steve Black and Cody Quarrick in row 3, and the green flag is out. Jumping to an early lead, the Frankie Day Oldies Show, D&D Office Plus Ford of Todd Price, the Mann's Family 51 Motorsports Racing entry, holding off Gary Wiltrout, who was in victory lane just 2 weeks ago as the most recent feature winner with his Palagrudo Motorsports number 95. All by himself in third, it's Neil Brown, but look at the battle up front. Wiltrout very close racing, trying to take the lead away from Price as a pair of Fords lead him to the stripe end by inches on lap 2. Todd Price remains the official leader. Gary Wiltrout glued to his inside. Wiltrout, the 2002 NASCAR Super Late Model champion here at Motordrome. Now with a fender out in front of Price for the lead, this battle allows Neil Brown to close in a 3-car fight up front. On lap 3 of 10, Gary Wiltrout officially takes the lead from Todd Price. Out in front, the Stone and Company, Megan Ford, number 95. In second, it's Todd Price, and then Neil Brown. The Hunters Peterbilt, Davies Ford, number 98 from the Richter Motorsports team. Brown, the only driver this season to claim 4 feature victories, now looking to the inside of Price. Price in car 15, the former limited late model star at Jennerstown Speedway, who's taken over the reins of the number 15 from Brandon Manns a couple of years back, and last week looked so strong as Todd Price led several feature laps and now feels the pressure of Neil Brown. They nearly made contact in turn 2. Behind this battle, John Komarinsky in the Miller Light 33 is all by himself with Steve Black in the Penn West Toyota number 1 in 5th. 4 laps remaining, and Wiltrout, the last time he was on this speedway, talked to us from victory lane after the 40-lap feature, and Neil Brown in 98 makes a strong bid for second, dives down to the apron, dust coming up off the racing surface, and he is door-to-door with Price at the line. Price holds on to second spot by inches on lap 7 officially, and this heated action allows Wiltrout to build up an even bigger lead. Still door to door down the back straight and into turn 3. Brown again puts the wheel off the pavement onto the apron. And again at the scoring line, Price holds him off by inches. Only 2 laps remaining now, as Price and Brown have spent more than 3 laps glued door to door around the half mile. Into turn number 3 again. And this time it looks like Brown may have the edge as they reach the scoring line to take the white flag, signaling final lap. And Brown puts the Richter Motorsports entry into second position officially. Price tries to battle back on the outside, but down the back straight for the final time. The former Motordrome Speedway track champion from Somerset, Pennsylvania in car 95, Gary Wiltrout takes another heat race win over Neil Brown, Todd Price, John Komarinsky, and Steve Black. That's Bobby Henry, and Gregory Kelly in car 44 on the pole bring him up to full speed. 10 laps for the NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Models. Dan Lewis in car 8 makes a bobble, but a great save. Green flag stays out, and Bobby Henry in car 11 takes the point position from his protege, Gregory Kelly in 44. Into turn 1, Paul Urso in 37. And the 78 of Bo Glemba racing very close in a side-by-side duel for third spot. Then it's the Benz Motorsports entry of Tommy Beck looking on, and Dan Lewis makes contact in the 8. Beck keeps that car pointed in the right direction, but Dan Lewis in the 8 made hard contact with the Stans Transmissions number 60 of Tommy Beck. Green flag stays out with Henry the leader. And now Beck, despite that contact 1 lap earlier, this time in turn 4, he looks to the high side of Bo Glemba. Bentz around the outside in car number 60. Owner Bob Bentz, driver Tommy Beck. And as they are atop the championship points heap, they need to make a couple more passes because the driver in second in the championship chase is first on the racetrack. Bobby Henry, whose teammate Gary Wiltrout just took the checkered flag, has his Palagrudo Racing entry out in front of Gregory Kelly. Kelly, the driver of the D&K service number 44 from Connellsville, feeling the pressure now of Paul Urso. Urso in car 37, like Kelly, seeking a career-first feature victory. Urso has led many feature laps in 2008 behind the wheel of that Sullivan Chevrolet sponsored number 37. And Urso has to get on the binders in turn 4. That allows Kelly to maintain possession of second place and allows Tommy Beck to close in and make the pass. 4 laps remaining, and Beck, who started last, is up to third. He's now chasing Kelly when Bobby Henry has a big lead in car 11. Defending champion Bobby Henry out in front with 114 career feature victories, and side by side in a battle for second place with 2 laps to go, Tommy Beck, who started last in this event, and Gregory Kelly, the former truck division champion in car 44 on the outside. Beck is a former Jennerstown Speedway track champion, and at the wave of the white flag, he secures the runner-up position from Kelly, as Beck will try this season for his first NASCAR Super Late Model points title here at Motordrome. His rival for that position is just in front of him. And coming out of turn number 4, it's another heat race win for Bobby Henry in the Stone & Company Megan Ford over Tommy Beck, Gregory Kelly, Paul Urso, and Bo Glemba. As we get set for 10 more laps of NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Model action, the Howard Concrete Pumping teammates lead them into turn number 1. Mark Poole in 96 and Richard Mitchell in 22 out in front. Side by side for 4th, veteran Mark Catone and rookie Nathan Russell in the 26. Nathan Russell had a tremendous performance in the Penn West Toyota Lift 100, cracking the top 5 in his first ever 100-lap pavement race. Meanwhile, up front, Mark Poole in car 96, the Howard Concrete Pumping Chevrolet, leading his Howard Concrete teammate Richard Mitchell. In the Martinelli's Auto, Carvel Ice Cream Stores, Tom Clark Chevrolet number 22. Mitchell, the 2006 track champion, yet to find victory lane after taking 2007 off from competition. He's had a couple of second place and third place finishes this season and heat race victories, but not a feature win. And now a challenge for third spot, Mark Catone in the 31, closing into the rear bumper of the 69 of Dave Marrow. The Cars by Dave Chevrolet, trying to hold off two-time former champion Mark Catone, the Al's Construction and Supply number 31 Ford. Working lap number 4 of 10. Top 2 drivers on the speedway separated by several car lengths as Poole continues to lead Mitchell. Best battle is for third, with Marrow holding off Catone as Nathan Russell watches from 5th. Into turn number 1, Catone has a great run on Marrow to try and take third spot away, working lap number 6, nearly making contact in turn 2. Marrow holds off the veteran. Marrow, who's only completed a couple of full seasons of NASCAR Super Late Model racing, into third spot, and he is about a straightaway behind three-time track champion Richard Mitchell in car 22, who's watching his Howard Concrete teammate Mark Poole run away with the lead, as we will have 2 laps to go at the scoring line this time. White flag signals final lap for Mark Poole. He's got a couple heat race wins already this season. And on that final lap into turn 1, Mark Catone has secured the inside line from Dave Marrow. Side by side, headed down the back straight. We'll see who takes the third position, but out of turn 4, another heat race win for Mark Poole in car 96 over Richard Mitchell, and a battle of inches to the scoring line, nearly a dead heat. 44, Bob Garchak. 13, Denny Keller. 68 is Ed Neidhart. 95, Jimmy Stokes. 4 is Mike Lemley, and 43 is Chris Spadacine. As the green flag waves, 6 laps the distance for our Charger heat race. These Charger racing machines are street passenger vehicles, and they're going 4 wide. We'll tell you about the technical specs later. Look at this 3 and 4 wide action all the way down the back chute. Like a traffic jam through turns 3 and 4. Matt Gardner's the leader, but all eyes looking at the middle of the pack as they were swapping stickers all the way down the back straight. Battle for second finds the 5 of Bill Oldham, the most recent feature winner, challenging former division champion Tracy Keller in the 1. Matt Gardner of the MAG Racing Team has the West Side Lube and Tire number 7 out in front of the field. Working lap number 2 of 6, Jimmy Stokes from the rear of the field into 4th position in car 95. Best battle is for second. Oldham and Keller still door to door. Working lap 3 of 6. These Charger Division race cars are street passenger machines competing on street tires, 8-cylinder engines, automatic transmission, rear-wheel drive machines. And Matt Gardner's number 7, way out in front of his MAG Racing teammate Bill Oldham now, with Tracy Keller in 4th. If the 95 car of Jimmy Stokes can advance into 3rd position, the MAG Racing teammates will be 1, 2, and 3 on the speedway. In 5th, just behind Stokes, it's defending track champion Mike Lemley from Dawson. White flag signals final lap to Matt Gardner, who's needed to turn around a poor luck season to this point. Just might happen for him if he can take this checkered flag. Meanwhile, back in 3rd spot, Stokes uses the inside lane to make a pass of Tracy Keller, and he is looking to put all 3 of the MAG Racing teammates into the top 3 positions in this heat race. Out of turn 4 from Ruffsdale, Pennsylvania, Matt Gardner takes the checkered flag over Bill Oldham, Jimmy Stokes, Tracy Keller, and Mike Lemley. 16, Ed Sheltman drives the 20, Bill Schwartz in the 3, Paul Rosa in car 6. 88 is Jared Opachin, and the 7 is points leader Jeff Halfhill. As the green flag waves and the brake lights aglow in turn number 1, Ron Eifert III, the teenager, takes an early lead. Here comes the division's all-time leading winner, Ed Deneen, in car 16 out to a lead. The 6 is Paul Rosa, the most recent feature winner. He storms into 3rd spot. Ed Deneen, the race leader. Ron Eifert III is 2nd, but last week's winner, Paul Rosa, is challenging for the runner-up position now. Jeff Halfhill, the points leader, started last. He's up to 4th in car number 7. Then it's Kevin Ludwig in a top 5 spot over Jared Opachin. Ed Sheltman in car 20 kicks up some dust, dropping off the apron of the Speedway in car 20. Look at that fight for 2nd spot now, with the white flag shown to the leader. One more lap around, and the 6 of Rosa and the 61 of Eifert maybe getting ready to trade some paint. But look at Rosa sliding the car to the inside. No easy task to break the back end loose in a front-wheel drive race car, but Rosa accomplished that. And now Eifert pulls away with 2nd spot. But out of turn number 4, former division champion Ed Deneen takes the checkered flag. Ron Eifert III will hold on to 2nd spot over Paul Rosa in the 6, Jeff Halfhill in the 7, and Jared Opachin grabbing a top 5 position. Freeze at Motordrome Speedway. Official Toyota Motordrome pace car is pit side, and the green flag is out. Teddy Gabala in car 3 is out to an early lead. The youngster about to lead his first feature laps at Motordrome, and Jason Holder in 74 has stormed to the inside of Manganello. Manganello now sees Andrew Kostelnik, his 8K chassis teammate, beneath him, but now it's Joe Nicola before they reach the line, who steals another spot away from Manganello. On lap 1, Tony Manganello loses several positions. He's now side by side with points leader Jonathan Heilman, trying to hang on to 5th. Up front, it's Teddy Gabala with about a 6-car length advantage over Jason Holder. Tom Knight dropping back in the field now. Bad news for you Subway Meatball sub fans. Battle develops for the 2nd position now. Andrew Kostelnik in 57 and Jason Holder in 74. On lap 3, Jonathan Heilman slips up the racetrack just a couple of grooves, and Sean Phillips in the 31 darts underneath, taking away the 5th spot. Phillips, the most recent winner in car 31, now looking out his windshield at Joe Nicola's number 69 car in 4th. Working lap number 4 of 20. Veteran feature winners in positions 2nd through 7th. And up front, beating them all right now, it's Teddy Gabala with a huge lead in car 3. Side by side, Andrew Kostelnik in the 05 looks to the inside and takes a spot away from Jason Holder. Following through in that same lane, it's the 69 of Joe Nicola, now looking to grab 3rd spot away from Holder. Teddy Gabala, the race leader. The young driver who got a career first checkered flag in this division at Jennerstown Speedway last season. Having nearly a half straightaway lead on lap 7, it's Joe Nicola side by side with the 0-5 of Andrew Kostelnik in the fight for second position. Sean Phillips watches from 4th in car 31. Nicola and Kostelnik nearly trading paint out of turn number 4, fighting for second spot, almost a straightaway behind Gabala. Joe Nicola in second position now, pulling out away from the Sean Phillips 31 and the 0-5 of Andrew Kostelnik, who are door to door for third. And contact made between Phillips and Kostelnik, and Andrew Kostelnik dropping back 1, maybe 2 positions before this lap is over. Phillips is now into third, and more contact in turn 4. Jason Holder makes a terrific save after he gets rear bumper contact from the 15 of Jonathan Heilman. 3 cars fighting for 4th position. It's Holder, Heilman, and Kostelnik. Bill Henry is off the pace and off the racetrack on the back straight. He's skirting through the infield with a mechanical problem. Working lap number 12 of 20, still an intense fight for the 4th position between Jason Holder and points leader Jonathan Heilman in car 15. They all squeeze by Bill Henry, who's using the infield grass to safely get back to the pit area in car 64. As we have 7 laps to go, it's still Teddy Gabala with a huge lead. Joe Nicola in second, Sean Phillips in 31 is third, and look at this action for 4th and 5th. Jonathan Heilman nearly pushing Jason Holder through the turns. 6 laps remaining now. Top 3 cars separated by several car lengths. Best action is for 4th, 5th, and 6th on the back straight. Holder, Heilman, Kostelnik. And then the Subway Challenge driver, Tom Knight in 76, heat race winner tonight. All 3 drivers in this lap 15 battle for 4th spot have been to victory lane in feature competition this season. Holder with 1 win on opening night. Heilman with his 3 first career victories, and Kostelnik with a win. Contact made again in turn 4. Battle for second. Out of turn number 2 down the back straight, Sean Phillips has reeled in Joe Nicola, and Phillips in car 31 dives to the bottom. He won our last event 2 weeks ago and takes over the runner-up spot with just 3 laps remaining. With a big lead in car number 3, the Tom Clark Chevrolet Monte Carlo of young Teddy Gabala. Gabala, who started out racing American Flyer Division cars at Jennerstown Speedway and made the leap to street stock action last season. With an upset victory as a rookie at Jennerstown last year, Gabala is 2 laps away from becoming a multiple track winner as a Subway street stock sophomore. With 2 to go, Jonathan Heilman advances around Holder into 4th position. It's still Joe Nicola in 3rd, Sean Phillips in 2nd, and the white flag waving for Teddy Gabala. Perhaps the upset victory of the season in his first full year of competition at Motordrome Speedway. The young driver who became a player last season at Jennerstown. Out of turn number 4 with a host of winning veterans behind him, Teddy Gabala takes his first Motordrome checkered flag over Sean Phillips, Joe Nicola, Points leader Jonathan Heilman and Tom Knight in 5th. Well, Teddy, here in Victory Lane, we have a Subway gift certificate for you. Now, let's talk about that run. You started up front, and you had a host of winning veterans right behind you from the front row. Did this seem like the place you would end up tonight here in Victory Lane?
Oh, man, I didn't think I'd ever end up here. I don't know. There's a lot of great guys racing there. And, man, I'm so lucky. The car handled great, and I'm so happy I'm here.
You didn't just beat them, you put almost a full straightaway on those guys. Was this car better tonight than it's been any other night, or was it the starting position that helped?
Well, the car was a lot better than it usually is. It's usually real loose, and the starting position helps us out a lot. We didn't have to get by anyone, just go.
And now a chance to thank your sponsors and crew.
I'd like to thank Singer Glass, E.H. Schwab, Tom Clark, my mom and dad for their support, my girlfriend, all these fans, Waylon, and everybody for coming out.
There he is for the first time in Motordrome Speedway Victory Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, Teddy Gibala. He wrecked the rookie. 8 is Marion Reno, making his first start of the season, and 0-1 is Harry Ofer from Bell Vernon. Green flag is out, 20 laps for the open wheel modified. 2x2 most of the way through the field. It's Brian Shipp with the early lead. He has yet to be a feature winner in modified competition after graduating from the Charger division. To his outside, it's Pittsburgh veteran Jim Nicola. Nicola, the modified champion in 2001. Look at him stacked up 2x2 in the first 7 positions. Working lap 2 of 20, they are wheel to wheel in several rows behind leader Brian Shipp. It's Mike Opolinski inside Jim Nicola, John Probanich inside good friend Adam Kostelnik in the 60 car, then the 97 of George Nicola. Opolinski pulls out to second position by himself after Nicola makes a bobble. It's now Kostelnik, part of the 3-car fight for second spot. And rookie in turn 4 goes around Bill Rebar, spins in car 18. Rebar will bring out the caution flag on lap number 4. Then it's Adam Kostelnik, Jim Nicola, and George Nicola. Green flag is back out. Mike Opolinski in car 66 made light contact with leader Brian Shipp, and now in trying to pull to the outside, he opens the inside lane for Adam Kostelnik, who moves into second position. Side by side, Adam Kostelnik for the lead to the outside of Brian Shipp and completes the pass on the back straight on lap 5. And we got a problem. The Nicolas have tangled again. Green flag is back out. 15 laps remaining. Adam Kostelnik is forced once again to make a pass for the lead, as that last completed lap did not count. And on the back straight in the high lane of the speedway, he accomplishes exactly that with 15 laps to go. The fight for third finds the 0-4 of Bobby Shipp, fighting for third on the speedway, as he is third in the championship points chase as well, moving to the inside of Mike Opolinski's 66 car and opening that lane for George Nicola to follow through in fourth. Kostelnik the leader, and now the Ship brothers riding second and third on the speedway. Brian Ship, the younger of the Ship racing family, who led the early portions of this event on the inside. And on the outside, his big brother Bobby, who's a modified feature winner and a former Charger Division champion. Bobby takes away the second position from Brian. And now George Nicola in the 97 is looking to challenge Brian Ship for third. Leader approaching lap traffic in turn 4. It's Marion Reno in the 8 car. At the midpoint of the event, who goes a lap down, it's Kostelnik, Ship, Nicola, Brian Ship, and the 81 of Pete Reck. Reck in 5th position, won a feature earlier this season in a tremendous upset. As a pavement racing rookie, he is in the 5th spot as we have 9 laps remaining. And now a challenge develops for 4th position, headed into turn number 3. Pete Reck in the 81, although experiencing an extremely loose handling race car, powers his way to the inside of Brian Ship with 7 laps to go. Reck is now in 4th. George Nicola is 3rd. Brian Ship, sorry, that's Bobby Ship that's now 2nd. And Adam Kostelnik, the leader, he could make it 2 straight victories, as he was our most recent winner 2 weeks back. Five laps to go for Adam Kostelnik. Bobby Ship a distant 2nd, George Nicola a distant 3rd. Then it's Pete Reck, Brian Ship, Mike Opolinski, and John Probanich inside the top 10. Action into turn number 3 with Tom Frank, Jim Nicola, and Lonnie Hoffman trying to make their way around the Marion Reno lapped car, number 8. As Reno, in his first appearance at Motordrome this season, trying to work the bugs out of that machine. We stay green with 4 laps to go. Caution flag in turn 1. John Probanich in the 11 and Mike Opolinski in 66 come together. This might be exactly what Bobby Ship and George Nicola need to mount a late race challenge on leader Adam Kostelnik. 3 laps to go to settle this modified feature on Toyota Dealers of Western Pennsylvania Fan Appreciation Night. And Adam Kostelnik gets a tremendous start. Then a bobble in turn 1. Here comes Bobby Ship. Kostelnik broke the car loose in turn number 1 while leading. And that miscue allows Bobby Ship to jump right back onto his rear bumper in car 04. Then the 97 of George Nicola. Kostelnik has only a couple of car lengths advantage now with 2 laps to go. This time much smoother through turn number 1. He holds Ship at bay by 4 car lengths, and we got a big problem in turn 2. Chris Brink spins and collects the 5 of Jim Nicola, and we'll need another caution flag. In turn 1. This time Bobby Ship stays right with him, and into turn 1, let's see if Kostelnik can maintain a more conservative pace with 2 laps to go. And he does, to maintain a 3 car length advantage down the back straight over Ship, with Nicola in 3rd and Pete Reck in 4th. White flag signaling final lap. The driver with 4 consecutive track championships in the Motordrome Modifieds. last year's Subway Street Stock champion in a double-duty roll through 2007, is again the dominant feature winner in 2008 as the Viglione Racing Luzader Auto number 60. Adam Kostelnik takes another checkered flag over Bobby Ship, George Nicola, Pete Breck, and Brian Ship. Adam, we're talking to you for the second time in a row, 1 week apart thanks to the rain. You started really deep in the pack the last time. You started really deep in the pack this time. I want to talk about that restart. Headed into turn number 1, you got 4 or 5 car lengths on everybody, and the car broke loose a bit.
That's just driver being a knucklehead, overdriving the car a little bit. But this is actually my 3rd one in a row. First time I ever won 3 in a row in a modified. But yeah, the car was really good. That was just a knucklehead move on the driver right there. You know, good thing Ship run me clean and didn't hit me because it would have sent me sailings. But other than that, man, the car was on the rail today. I can't believe how good it handled.
Fans are seeing the backup car to the Viglione Racing team sitting pit side tonight. What are the future plans with that racing machine?
We'll probably just have someone qualified. It's just here for a backup. We're trying to win our 5th championship, and you know, you never know when you're going to need that after a crazy heat race or a set of practice laps, you know. But other than that, it's just going to sit and be ready for me.
And how about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew for this 3rd straight win?
Bowling Machine, Luzader Auto Service, TCI Circlematic, Tube City Beer, because after a hot night like this, I'm going to be drinking some beverages and watching some racing. But got to thank Stan Lasky, my buddy Warren. I want him to come out and get my picture, but I don't know where he's hiding at. But this one's for Warren Penrod.
There he is in victory lane again, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Kostelnik. Car 6 is Uniontown's Cody Quarrick, Dan Lewis in the 8, Michael Zombar in 64, and the green flag is out. The NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Models are underway for 40 laps on Toyota Dealers of Western Pennsylvania Fan Appreciation Night. Paul Urso, the early leader over Todd Price. Urso leading Price, then Mark Catone, and look at this, 3 wide in turn 4 as Beck has to get on the brakes with the 60 car. Wiltrout and Henry storm by the points leader on lap 2 as Beck loses positions. Battle for 3rd, the veteran Mark Poole in car 96, and young Gregory Kelly, a former truck division champion, trying to hold off Poole in the Howard Concrete Pumping Chevrolet. The D&K Sales and Service 44 of Kelly. On the inside, just behind them, it's Neil Brown, the 4-time winner. And Poole takes over 4th. Now look at the challenge for 2nd spot, working lap number 4. Mark Catone, a 2-time Motordrome champion in car 31. Closing into the rear bumper of the 15 of Todd Price. Battle for 6th. The 22 of Richard Mitchell moves to the high side of the 44 of Gregory Kelly. And Mitchell by inches at the scoring line on lap number 6 takes over the spot, then Kelly promptly spins. Hard on the brakes, Gary Wiltrout avoids contact. Dan Lewis spins in the repercussions, but the 44 of Kelly just surrendered the 6th position to Mitchell, then spins from a top 10 position. Kelly did not make any contact with his Chevrolet number 44, sponsored by D&K Sales and Service and Henry Motor Sales. Kelly pulls away from the scene of that incident, as does Wiltrout, the heat race winner tonight in car 95. 4th and Neil Brown in 5th. Green flag is back out. Neil Brown in car 98 rides in 5th and took a peek to the inside of Mark Poole's 96 car. And now we have a challenge for the lead in turn 4. Todd Price looking to take the point position away from Urso on lap 7. Leader Paul Urso and 2nd place driver Todd Price. still seeking their first career super late model victories. Urso very successful in the modified division and truck racing. Holding off Todd Price, the former limited late model star at Jennerstown Speedway. Price driving here at Motordrome on Friday nights for the Mans Family 51 Motorsports team, driving his own car on Saturday nights at Jennerstown. Here comes Mark Catone in 31. The Owls Construction. Ford number 31 of Catone, two-time track champion, looking to the inside of Price. Urso's Chevrolet out in front, then a pair of Fords fighting for second, ahead of Mark Poole's Chevrolet 96. Look at Richard Mitchell in 7th position on lap 10, using the high side of the speedway to reel in Gary Wiltrout in car 95. Mitchell has gained several positions since the drop of the green flag, and as he closes in on Wiltrout, it's Neil Brown just in front of the 95 car, trying to take the spot away from Mark Poole in 96. Heated action for positions 2, 3, 4, and back as Mark Catone secures the inside lane. Todd Price in the Frankie Day Oldies Show, D&D Office plus 15. Pinned to the outside on lap 12, but still hanging on to his second position, I should say. It's Catone door-to-door with Price, then Brown door-to-door with the 96 of Mark Poole. Very close racing around the Motordrome half mile, and now Catone officially takes away the runner-up position from Price by inches at the scoring line. Catone completes the pass out of turn number 2 just as Neil Brown gains a position moving around the 96 of Mark Poole, and just as quickly Brown is ready to challenge Price in the 15, nearly making contact in turn 4 that time. Into turn 3, Neil Brown secures the 3rd position. Now Mark Poole dives in very close beneath the Todd Price 15. Price making an excellent save as those two drivers may have touched. Just behind Price, it's Wiltrout now in car 95, looking to the inside, and Richard Mitchell looking to the outside. Door-to-door former Motordrome track champions, Wiltrout and Mitchell. Working lap number 15, we could go 3 wide out of 4. As Mitchell backs off and allows Price and Wiltrout to slug it out, that allows Tommy Beck in car 60. Climbing back up, trying to regain a top 5 position after he lost several spots in turn 4 early on. Beck, the points leader in car 60. Look at this 4-car action down the front straight. Wiltrout gets the car loose. Price still glued to his outside on lap 17. Fifth position is on the line, and Gary Wiltrout, Richard Mitchell, the two champions among Todd Price and Tommy Beck. A 4-car fight on lap 18. Wiltrout, the heat race winner tonight, a former Jennerstown Speedway champion as well. Just behind him, the Stans Transmissions number 60, another former Jennerstown champion, Tommy Beck, the current points leader here at Motordrome. And now it's Wiltrout sliding onto the scoreboard. He is into the top 5 by inches, inching ahead of Price, and now it's Tommy Beck pulling up to the door of the 15 car. After dropping back in this field early, now Mitchell switches to the low side. He's going to follow Beck through. Beck now into 6th, and Mitchell challenging Price for 7th. Halfway through the event, it has been all Paul Urso, the Sullivan Chevrolet number 37, driver from Glenshaw, Pennsylvania. He's had top 10 finishes at Motordrome and Lake Erie Speedway this season. He may have led more feature laps than any other driver all season, but yet to take his first feature checkered flag in NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Model action. Urso's lead over Mark Catone is nearing a half straightaway as Neil Brown rides in 3rd, Mark Poole in 4th, and Gary Wiltrout in 5th. Battle for 7th. In turn 3, Richard Mitchell to the inside of Todd Price. Defending champion Bobby Henry watches this action, and Mitchell nearly in a dead heat at the scoring line on lap 23 of 40, fighting for 7th with the 15 of Todd Price. As they go side by side, just in front of them, Tommy Beck looks to the inside of Gary Wiltrout. Wiltrout, the most recent feature winner, now shoved back out of the top 5 with the advances of Tommy Beck in the Benz Motorsports Chevrolet number 60. Lap 25 on the back straight. Second position, Mark Catone approaches the 6 of young Cody Quarrick. Quarrick, the rookie, 1 lap down as Catone squeezes by. And it's now third place driver Neil Brown's turn to move around the 6 with Mark Poole, part of the 4-car breakaway from the rest of this field on lap 26. Tommy Beck still in 5th, then Gary Wiltrout and Richard Mitchell. Urso's lead now in car 37. Nearly a full straightaway, working lap 29 over Mark Catone, Neil Brown, and Mark Poole. Tommy Beck in 5th spot, but not able to gain ground on Mark Poole in 4th. At the scoring line this time, Paul Urso knows that he is 10 laps away from a first career victory. The battle for 6th is intense in turn number 4. Richard Mitchell and Gary Wiltrout side by side, and Mitchell takes that position away. Mitchell passing the Stone & Company Megan Ford of Wiltrout. Down the front straight, Mark Poole in car 96 headed into turn 1. Looking to make it. We got a caution flag. Gregory Kelly has spun in turn number 4. The 26 of Nathan Russell goes around as well. Caution flag with 8 laps remaining. Spinning in turn number 4. In car number 44, it's former truck division champion Gregory Kelly from Connellsville. And Nathan Russell, the Clearfield, Pennsylvania rookie in car 26, pulls away from the scene. Green flag is back out, and Paul Urso leads the field back up to full speed in turn 1. Urso has been so close to victory lane here at Motordrome and led so many laps. He's been so close to a victory at Jennerstown Speedway. And now with 7 laps to go, a 2-time champion and the most dominant winner of the season are 2nd and 3rd behind him. Meanwhile, the battle for 6th resumes. Now Wiltrout wants that position back, and he has the inside line on Richard Mitchell in turn 4. Five laps to go, the signal given to Paul Urso. And Urso is pulling away from Catone. Now Neil Brown in 98 tries to make a pass, breaks the back end loose. And as a result of trying to take 2nd from Mark Catone, a miscue in turn 2, Neil Brown may be losing 3rd position, and Gary Wiltrout spins. Wiltrout spins from 6th position as Steve Black spins to avoid him, and Cody Quarrick jumps on the brakes to avoid contact. Gary Wiltrout spins the Palagrudo Motorsports Ford. He was in 6th spot. Flag is back out. And Catone is right on the heels of Paul Urso. The 2-time champion may have been saving up his tires for a late race attempt at this win. Catone has been winless for the last several seasons at Motordrome, although a two-time champion. It's Ford versus Chevrolet at the front of the field. The Al's Construction Ford Fusion of Mark Catone and the Sullivan Chevrolet of Paul Urso, with 4 laps to go to settle Fan Appreciation Night. Neil Brown is third, Mark Poole is fourth. Paul Urso in car 37, now working lap 37, has put together some excellent drives in 2008. He's finished top 10 at the Lake Erie Speedway. He's finished top 10 and top 5 here at Motordrome Speedway. And now sees the signal of 2 laps to go. The driver who was voted the NASCAR Super Late Model Rookie of the Year just a couple of seasons ago is holding at bay one of Motordrome's all-time greats in Mark Catone and sees the white flag. A contender for a win all season long. Urso has led at least 5 different feature events in the quest for his first career victory. And on Toyota Dealers of Western Pennsylvania Fan Appreciation Night, Glenshaw, Pennsylvania's Paul Urso takes his first checkered flag over Mark Catone, Neil Brown, Mark Poole, and Tommy Beck. Well, Paul Urso, let's talk a little bit about your racing career before we talk about this win. What year did you run your first race here at the Motordrome Speedway, and in what division was that?
2001 in the modified.
And you were very successful in the modifieds for several seasons.
Yeah, I think the first year we were Rookie of the Year, and I only had 1 win here, but a couple up at Jennerstown, and I had a great time with it. It's a great division.
We were talking in the Scorers Tower. Some of our Jennerstown Speedway fans said you have been even closer to this win at Jennerstown than you have been in several occasions here at Motordrome this season.
Yeah, the one time at Jennerstown, lap 34, there was a caution, and I was leading by a straightaway. And like tonight, whenever at 35th lap, and I look at marks in my mirror, I'm like, oh God, here it goes again. But I managed to hold on. These guys calmed me down on the radio. I just didn't want to mess it up because the car was really good.
Let's talk about this. First time in victory lane, you climb out of the car slow, you're relishing this feeling. Tell us what it feels like after a few seasons of hard work to finally put this machine in victory lane.
Honestly, I'm just relieved. I mean, these guys work with me all the time. They put in lots and lots of hours in addition to normal jobs. And I just feel like I owe them the results that the car that it can do, because I know the car was good enough to win, and I was just glad I could put it in a victory lane.
And a chance to thank that crew and your sponsors.
Absolutely. First, I want to thank my dad and Dave. They do pretty much everything there is in the car. Sponsor Sullivan Chevrolet. They been helping me out since we've been racing. A lot of new guys up here. I'm not going to go names on them, but Larry Mahana's crew come over, and since they've been over, they made us really fast. And Larry's going to be out pretty soon, so I'm going to have to deal with him. So.
Here he is on his first trip to victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, Super Late Model feature winner, Paul Urso. Green flag is out, 12 laps for the Charger Division feature on Western Pennsylvania Toyota Dealers Fan Appreciation Night. Tracy Keller, the early leader, over cousin Denny. Top 3 drivers on the speedway, very close friends off the racetrack. The Keller cousins leading Mike Lemley in car 4. Lemley has a feature win this season as defending champion. Mike Lemley dives to the inside of Denny Keller. Car number 4 moving into the runner-up position, separating the Keller cousins as Tracy Keller continues to lead in car 1, the 2006 Charger Division champion. Now Denny Keller, a loose handling condition. He chases the car up the banking and opens the inside for Matt Gardner to move up to 3rd. identical Chevrolet Monte Carlos at the front of this field, and close friends operating both. Tracy Keller and Mike Lemley on lap 4 of 12. Bumper to bumper for the lead. Third position is heat race winner Matt Gardner. And back in fourth, Jimmy Stokes, who started last, is challenging for fourth to the inside of Denny Keller. Lemley and Keller out in front of this field, very close friends. In third and fourth, it's teammates from the MAG Racing stable, Matt Gardner in 7 and Jimmy Stokes in 95. Of the drivers in the top 4, only Lemley and Stokes have been to victory lane this season in feature competition. Tracy Keller seeks his first win of the year. Matt Gardner seeks his first win of the year. And Lemley in the 4 looks to the inside of your leader, while Stokes is nearly trading paint with his teammate in the fight for third position. Working lap 7 of 12. And Stokes makes a pass of his teammate Gardner for third. The West Side Lube and Tire sponsored entries third and fourth. And look at Mike Lemley in turn 3. Making the move on Tracy Keller for the lead out of turn 4, and Keller may lose 2 spots in 1 lap. He does. New leader on lap 8 of 12 is Mike Lemley. Jimmy Stokes is into second, Tracy Keller third, then Gardner as part of a 4-car breakaway from the rest of the field. Now defending track champion Mike Lemley has his rear view mirror full of the 95 of Jimmy Stokes, who started last. They're playing bumper tag for the lead of this event. Tracy Keller hangs on to third, Matt Gardner a close fourth, Lemley on the inside and Stokes on the outside. Lemley with 1 win this season, Stokes with a host of feature victories. They both skirt up 1 lane on the speedway and down the back chute. Lemley maintains the point position by a fender. Jimmy sideways, Stokes on the outside. Down the front straight, will he have enough momentum at the scoring line? He does become the new leader by inches on lap 11. "15 laps the feature distance. And look at the leaders still side by side. Battle for third is side by side. And again, it's Stokes by inches leading the way to lap number 12 officially. At the scoring line, Stokes has command of the event and now trying to complete the pass on the back straight. He does. Lemley falls back by a car length and a half. Meanwhile, Stokes' teammate Gardner into third in car 7. Signal of 2 laps to go, given to Jimmy sideways Stokes. MAG Racing teammates first and third on the speedway. Lemley currently leads the championship point standings over Stokes. He's second on the racetrack and first in the points tally. White flag waving for Stokes in car 95, who started at the back of the pack. Last feature event that we completed was won by Bill Oldham of the MAG Racing team. And now his teammates in third, Matt Gardner. And we got a spin out of turn number 2, which will bring out the caution on the final lap. Denny Keller in car 13 spins out of turn number 2. And this gives Mike Lemley a second opportunity to battle around the 95 of race leader Jimmy Stokes. Matt Gardner third, Tracy Keller fourth, Ed Neidhart fifth, and Bill Oldham spins on the restart in turns 3 and 4. He stays on the hammer and turns it around. Green flag will continue. On the back straight, Mike Lemley in car 4, looking to the outside. Leader Jimmy Stokes will see the white flag this time by. Race extended to 16 laps. Lemley seems comfortable in the outside, not trying to take away the inside lane. And in turn one, he gains on Stokes. Less than a car length separating the leaders on the final lap. Stokes opens it up just a bit. Now let's see if Lemley makes a bonsai move in the high lane. He changes up to the low side in turn 4, pulling up to the rear bumper of the leader, but another checkered flag for Jimmy Stokes over Mike Lemley, Matt Gardner, Tracy Keller, and Ed Neidhart. Well, Jimmy Stokes, you might not know this, but your teammate Bill Oldham did you a heck of a favor on the last lap as he spun in turn 4 and stayed on the gas, turned the car around so that a caution flag wouldn't come out and let that Mike Lemley have another shot at you.
Where's he at? I'm going to give him a big kiss.
I don't think we want to see that in victory lane, but this was another good run for you. You start at the back of the pack, and I've seen you take 2 different approaches. Some weeks it's hammer down past 9 cars in 1 lap. Some weeks it's methodic. This week it was more methodic.
Well, every week I have to start dead last. You know that, Mike. I mean, that's a given here at the racetrack. I start dead last every week. I just make it great, try to make it good for the fans, you know, drive the hardest I can, try to make it as clean as I can, and everybody enjoys it and has fun, and that's just the way it works out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm the oldest driver here in this division, and I hate beating up on all the young kids out there, but I got to do what I got to do for the old man. Get her done, Jim.
Hey, speaking of young kids, your teammate Matt Gardner was one of the guys you passed. You were side by side for a lap or 2 with him. What are team orders when you come up to the boss?
Well, I can't get into all that right now. You know that. Matt's a great guy, great competitor, and he runs you clean. And he's just a good friend of mine, and I hope we didn't make no enemies tonight.
And a chance to thank your sponsors.
Yeah, Hermione Auto Parts, AK Chassis, Westside Lube and Tire, Fort Robinson Outlet, Stan's Transmissions, PA Appraisal Services, Miller's Yamaha. I know I forgot somebody, guys, but I'm sorry, man.
There he is, another feature win for Jimmy Stokes in car 95. Ed Deneen in car 16. 8 laps for the American Flyers, and the green flag is out. Three wide action, nearly 4 wide action. Ed Shelpman, the racing rookie, is out in front. They're making an Oreo on the back straight as Ron Eifert and the 6 of Paul Rosa gets contact from Shelpman. Still 3 wide. Look at him in turn 4. Will we be 4 wide? New leader is Ron Eifert. Eifert is just a teenager behind the wheel of car 61. And he's got Paul Rosa in the 6 to the inside. Look at this as Ed Deneen started last in the field. He's using the apron of the racetrack to pass Jeff Halfhill for 2nd. Last Friday night, the leader, Paul Rosa, and Ed Deneen tangled, and this week it's Jeff Halfhill tangling with Ed Deneen. In turn 4, Halfhill, the points leader, makes contact with Ed Deneen, and on lap 3 of 8, we will need a caution flag. The all-time leading winner in 16, then Ron Eifert and Jared Opatchen as the green flag waves with 5 laps to go. Here comes that lead battle. 2 cars, Chevrolet Cavaliers, pulling away from the rest of the field. Deneen always uses the lowest lane. Sometimes he uses the grass, sometimes he uses the dirt, and at the midpoint it's still Paul Rosa. Here we go, down the back straight. Rosa trying to close the door on the inside lane. Deneen has his preferred position. Rosa hanging it out up top and drifting up the banking. Ed Deneen becomes the new leader. that lacked all the drama, didn't it? Ed Deneen is now out in front. Paul Rosa's second. Ron Eifert is third. Remember, fans, we invite you all down to the pit area after the fireworks display where you can meet the drivers and look at the race cars up close after the racing action. White flag signals the final lap of the American Flyers feature on Western Pennsylvania Toyota Dealers Fan Appreciation Night. Coming out of turn 4, the all-time leading winner in the American Flyers, Ed Deneen from Wilkinsburg takes another checkered flag. Paul Rosa finishes second, Ron Eifert is third, Jared Opachin is fourth, and Jeff Halfhill comes home in fifth. Well, Ed Deneen, I don't know if you listened to our pre-race radio show, but let me tell you what happened the last time we were here. Paul Rosa came to victory lane and he said, man, I'm sorry. I hope Ed Deneen's listening because I'm real sorry, but he's fast and I just wanted to beat him. Now, you're out there tonight racing with Paul Rosa. Do you have a short memory for things like that, or did you remember that race 2 weeks ago?
I remember the race 2 weeks ago, but me and Paul, I talked to Paul, and he he told me about it, you know, and we just talked about it, and he's a good guy. He's trying to win the race, and that's okay. I just didn't want to wreck nothing, and that's all I wanted to tell him. I just want to wreck cars. I just don't want to do that. But yeah, all in all, it was a good race because we can run good side by side. We just showed you tonight it was some good racing. I'm glad everybody stuck out, and a nice night, and we had some good racing tonight. So,
how about a chance to thank your sponsors?
Yeah, I want to thank Antique Auto Appraisals, Engine Express, Alternative Power Sources, Advanced Automotive. I want to thank Swissfeld Music, Lamar Kitchens, and Swissfeld Pro Sound.
There he is, the all-time leader in victories in the American Flyers. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Deneen.